What's going on, guys? All right, so I'm at the point where I'm just gonna start putting random shit on my YouTube channel, um, and I thought maybe I could share with you my research that I've done for brain fog. This is something that I deal with on a daily basis. It has gotten worse. Um, I could tell you. I mean, if you're on this video, obviously you know what brain fog is. Um, I got a lot of descriptions of it right here of what it feels like. I mean, I can read you some. Blank mind, only physically present, incapable of complex thoughts, distracted, short memory span, uh, inability to think clearly, articulate thoughts into words. That is something I really deal with. I even have problems with my speech, which I think is due to brain fog. Obviously, I'm thinking there's an underlying cause that is causing this based on the research that I've done. Um, but there's a lot of different descriptions, and I got people to fill out their their own version of it. Dull headaches, difficulty focusing, confusion, feeling of dumbness, slowness. Like that's totally me. Like every fucking day. Um, feel quite depressed as well. Memory suffers too. So we're gonna dive into some of these results, and maybe you guys can relate and maybe figure something out for your own, because I do think it's different for everybody. And maybe this will help you get a better answer of what you need to do to figure out how to solve your brain fog. So the first question, I started off with the age. Obviously, you know, a majority of people were 31 to 40. I happen to be 25 right now, and I still deal with it. And that's only a short percentage of people, so that's not really that big. Weight, 150 to 200 pounds. That's over half of them. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I just put that there just to kind of like filter things down, because I want to figure out every little detail about these people's lives to see if maybe something correlates. Um, Obviously, nothing really correlates there, because yeah, it just doesn't. Height, like I said, I'm trying to figure everything out. Um, yeah, there's nothing really I can use here is what I'm trying to say. But I still wanted it there because it is useful. I mean, if I really filter down the data, I could filter it by fucking height. I don't know. How long have you been dealing with this brain fog? 65%, or I'm sorry, 85% said over a year, which I am in this green. This is totally me right here. So if that makes you feel any better, people with brain fog, over half of them have been dealing with it for over a year. How often does your brain fog occur? Almost daily. I am in the blue. So every few days, 10%. You can read them right here. 3.9% every few weeks. And then right here, people describe how it feels for them. They're all pretty similar. Inability to formulate thoughts, retain new information, remember past events. Feels like a rubber band is around my head. I could totally, dude, I feel that right now, like as I'm making this video. I can't think fluently or clearly. Seems like it takes much harder to think things through. Totally me. And this is all the same. Let's see. Feeling like I'm in a dream state. Some days it feels like that. Some days it doesn't. It just depends. The caffeine, if I take a lot of caffeine at the wrong time, it can totally feel like that. Anxiety, nervousness, inability to focus, head pressure, tiredness. A lot of people are talking about head pressure. I do notice one thing: when I take BC powder, it kind of gets rid of that, and it kind of helps the whole thing. So I'm not sure if it's like an inflammation thing. I'm still trying to figure that out. Please list any prescription medication or prescription medicine you are currently prescribed. Obviously, I'm trying to figure out, what people are on, if it's maybe the medication that they're taking. I see a lot of SSRIs, a lot of ADHD medication. But when we get down, I'll show you in a minute. Another SSRI, melatonin, that's for sleep. Modafinil, that's it's for your brain. I can't remember if it boosts your dopamine, but it's definitely, it affects your neurotransmitters. So I mean, I guess that could be for fog. I don't know. I've never tested that. I've tried a daffodil or a daffodil. It seemed to work at first. Then after I took myself off of it because I like to be all natural, or I want to be all natural, it really got worse for a couple weeks. So, like I said, I'm just trying to figure out what people are on and what may be causing it for them. What are your current prescriptions pertaining to? Let me close out of these tabs. What are your current prescriptions pertaining to? Anxiety, 14%. ADHD, 19%. So that would be something like a stimulant, like Vyvanse, Adderall, Ritalin. Narcolepsy, 1 person. Pain, 1 person. Rash, nothing. Bipolar, 2 people. OCD, 1 person. Other, 21. That could be something like melatonin, like we seen earlier. I have no prescriptions right now. 50%. So that is a good sign. So you know that it's probably not a medicine that you're taking that's giving you brain fog. Although it could be. It could be a, you know, I don't want to dive into it right now, but yeah, just know that 50% of people that have brain fog from this survey are not taking prescriptions. What medications were you taking around the time when the brain fog started to happen? If the same, write same. If not, please explain the differences. So none, same. Obviously, I didn't do a good enough job here to filter, you know, what people were taking when they said same. I have brain fog since forever. No prescriptions. Nicotine is when it started. SSRIs, that can obviously mess up your neurotransmitters, give you anxiety if you try to take yourself off of it too fast. Adderall, brain injury. Okay, that's a good one. A year ago, I drank 2 energy drinks every day for 2 weeks straight because I needed to pass a final examination in engineering. Oh, I drink an energy drink almost every day. It's probably not a good sign. Few amphetamine pills. That would be something like Adderall. Adderall is an amphetamine. Vyvanse, that's an amphetamine. Obviously, I went a little deeper. Do you wear prescription glasses? No, 47%. Yes, 50%. Might be a correlation there. No, obviously not, because it's, yeah, I wear contacts. I don't know. It's a little bit more than 50%. Probably not, though. Do you have toothaches or teeth problems? Sometimes I've read other people saying that, you know, they had a toothache and they feel like that was what was causing them brain fog. So I wanted to put this in the survey. But to my surprise, 66% of people said no. So that kind of blew my whole theory. Because at the time, I did have a toothache when I made this survey. So I wanted to put that in there. How often do you have headaches? Not very often. That's strange because I almost have a headache every day. Every few days, almost daily. So, you know, that's kind of surprising, not going to lie. How often do you have body aches? Not very often, over 50%. Please list any supplements or vitamins that you are currently taking. None, multivitamin, vitamin D. So a lot of people on here are taking a lot of shit that they probably don't need to be taking. You know, if you eat the right diet, you're gonna get all this stuff. You don't need to over supplement. Like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? Like vitamin D3, K2, NAC. Like, come on, bro. I mean, maybe it works for you, but what happens if you take yourself off of that? Your brain fog is gonna get a lot worse. Unless you wean yourself off of it, obviously. And even then, you still might have slight symptoms, but like, what the fuck is this, dude? This can't be good for you. I know what this does. It's I don't know. This is probably the root cause of a lot of people's brain fog right here. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to keep going. And please list any illegal or non-prescripted or prescribed substances. See, I can't even talk. That you are currently using. Examples: Xanax, shrooms, opiates, cocaine, cannabis. None. Cannabis, alcohol occasionally, but beer tends to make my brain fog worse. Psychedelics, microdose LSD, Xanax, cannabis, nicotine. Don't use cannabis. Ashwagandha. That's I want to say that's a over-the-counter supplement for focus or stress relief. Marijuana, cannabis, hash. Yeah, so nothing too fancy there. Please list any illegal or non-prescribed. Oh, I did it twice. Oh, or used to use, and when. Alcohol 4 to 5 times, cannabis 6 times. Damn, these guys really got detailed on me. Hash handful of times 4 years ago. Are you a regular smoker of cannabis? So I want to really filter it down. That way I can see the exact percentages without having to add them up myself. No. 69% no. I used to. 21. I'm part of that 21%. I manually eat edibles or take pill form instead of smoking. Yes. Only 5% are a regular smoker of cannabis that have brain fog. Smoke cigarettes? No. 76%. I'm part of this 11%, so that completely debunks any myths right there. How much caffeine do you consume on an average day? Hardly any, if any. That's 40%. 95 milligrams, which is about a cup of coffee. I'm about right here, so I'm the one person because I most days drink 2 or 3 monsters. So this is probably me right here. So that debunks my myth right there. But for me, like I said, it all depends on the person. This could be my cause right here. I've noticed when I cut down on this, it kind of helps a little bit. How often do you drink alcohol? A few times a month, a few times a week. Not much of a drinker. Oh, I didn't add every night in here. Oh yeah, I did. So yeah, there's nothing really we could use right there. Have you ever in your life been prescribed ADD or ADHD stimulants such as Adderall, Ritalin, or Vyvanse? Obviously, this is me because I was on this shit throughout high school, a little bit in middle school, and in like the 3rd grade or some shit like that. Totally regret it. I wish I never did it. Thought maybe that was a big correlation between me taking it and me having brain fog now. Obviously, it's not because 63% said no. Yes, 26%. I'm part of that. I currently am. Nope. But that's only 10%. Have you ever abused stimulants before? Over 50% said no. Have you ever stayed awake more than 24 hours? Staying awake more than 24 hours kills brain cells. So, you know, I should have delved deeper and said how many times have you stayed awake more than 24 hours just to see. But I didn't. So 64% of people said they've stayed awake more than 24 hours. Close to it, 16%. None at all, 18%. Have you ever been diagnosed or think to have anxiety problems? That's a big one right there. 34 people. 29 people think they have anxiety problems, and 14 have none. Depression, another big one. 36 diagnosed. I'm part of that. Although I don't take anything for it. I probably should. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I do. 17 people. No depression. 20 OCD. I was diagnosed with OCD a couple years ago. I still have symptoms of it because I know I can. Obviously, I know what's going on. So, yeah. So I'm probably part of that 5 right there. Think I do 15, and then it goes into a big 55. Bipolar, 2 diagnosed. Think I do 8. No, 63. Schizophrenia. So I was really scared of this because I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't want to be schizophrenic. So I did want to put that in there and see if anybody else with brain fog was diagnosed with that. And obviously there was none. There was one that said, I think I do. And then the other one said no. So that's a good sign. I hope that makes you feel better. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Schizophrenia is kind of scary. Yeah, I would definitely not want to be diagnosed with that or have symptoms of that. Even though it may not be that bad for some people. I'm just saying. List any other diagnosed conditions that you are not listed, that you have not listed above. So we got irritable bowel syndrome, autism, Hashimoto's. I don't know what the fuck that is. Traumatic brain injury. See, I'm skipping my letters, dude. Shift work disorder. In 24. I don't know about all that. Rate your anxiety scale on a scale of 1 to 10. Majority of people, 22, said 7 out of 10. Only one person said 1 out of 10. So, I don't know. You can use that to your own knowledge. Rate your happiness on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm probably somewhere around the 5 or 6. One person put 10, so he may be really happy with his brain fog. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I put that in there. But yeah, you can read that and maybe if you're thinking straight right now, you can use this to your advantage and do with it what you please. Do you have hearing problems? 80% no. Do you eat a lot of fast food throughout the week? I'm totally 100% eating fast food throughout the week. But seems to me, it doesn't seem to me, obviously almost 50% of people say no, so maybe I need to not eat fast food throughout the week. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah. What does your diet normally consist of? Food. Eggs, fish, vegetables, cereals, fruits. Very healthy. Oops. So yeah, if you go through this, a lot of people are eating really healthy. Fairly healthy. Vegetables, fruits, lean meats. Vegetarian. Lots of sugar and some junk food because I have huge cravings. Pretty healthy. Veggies, lentils, low glycemic starches, eggs, meat, dairy, potatoes. So yeah, I mean it's not, a lot of people in this survey have good diets. How many meals do you eat per day on average? 3, 38%, 2, 39%. So it's in between 2 and 3. 6 people said 1 meal per day. 5. One person's, wait, what? One person said 5+ meals a day. How many cups of water do you drink per day? So this is a big thing. If I drink too much water, I feel like it makes the brain fog worse. So I try to limit myself. But you can use that to what you please. You can put the numbers together. Let's see what 18% is. 8+ bottles of water. Or 8 cups, I'm sorry. So, I don't know. Do you exercise regularly? No, 51%. Yes, just started. So, I mean, it's getting really tough, guys. There's nothing from this survey that I personally can use to pinpoint what may be causing my brain fog. How many hours do you sleep per night on average? 8 hours. This could be a correlation. 7 or 8. Maybe these guys are sleeping I don't know. I mean, I've heard sleeping too much can actually make you tired when you wake up. So, uh, but I don't think that's the case here. I don't think that's what's causing brain fog. Um, yeah, use this to what you please. Maybe you need to start sleeping more. Maybe this will make you think. How many hours do you work per week on average? Not currently working, 19 people. 40 to 50 hours per week, 16 people. I'm obviously in the 60 to 73 people. I'm either in the 50 or 60 hours per week or the 60 or 70. It depends on the week. Is your job stressful? Sometimes. Mm, yeah, so at the time I was really stressing my job, so I wanted to put this in there and see if maybe there was a correlation there, but there's not. So we're moving on. Do you play video games regularly? This actually surprised me. 58% said no. The other percent, 41% said yes. How often do you have sex? Every day? Never. 25 people said never. And that's 32%. A few times a month, 33%. It's been a while. A few times a week. And then every day, one person said. How often do you masturbate? A few times a week. So maybe that's a correlation. It's obviously almost half. Uh, every day. Oh wow. So a few times a week and every day. That's actually pretty. That's a pretty good. Yeah. Okay. A few times a month. It's been a while. Never. Does your brain fog get worse the more you try to focus on a particular project or book? No. 47%. Yes. 52%. So I've noticed sometimes if I'm trying to read a book or maybe an article, if I'm really trying to focus on something, it could be designing something on Photoshop. My brain fog tends to get worse after I get done with the project. So I wanted to put that in there. Do you overthink a lot? Yes, 75%. So that could be related to anxiety. It could be undiagnosed for these people. I personally do overthink a lot. Um, and I'm not diagnosed with anything at the moment. I choose not to go to the doctor. Do you compare yourself to others a lot? Yes, I do this too. Um, so there's a pretty yeah. Uh, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just making this video on the spot, and I did this a while back, so I wanted to share it. But there is a correlation here, so use that to what you will. Are you satisfied with the where your life is right now? Not at all. No in some aspects. Yes in most aspects. Sometimes. I'm probably in this green right here. Are you generally an emotional person? Sometimes. No. Yes. So it's split between it's almost split pretty evenly right here. Um Emotional person, yes. Sometimes this could be related to anxiety. Um so there is a correlation there, I believe, personally. How often are you on social media throughout the day? So I do have a big problem with this. Um, I had TikTok. I had to uninstall it on my phone because I was using it too much. Same thing with Facebook and YouTube. I uninstall and reinstall them all the time because I catch myself being locked in on the phone too much. So I thought maybe there was a correlation between that. I check every few hours, 36. Once a day, 23. So that blows that out the window. Every hour, that's probably me right there. 11%. So I scroll throughout social media a lot throughout the day. That's probably me too. Probably every 30 minutes, 3 people. Never. 6. Do you spend a lot of time on technology throughout the day? Cell phone, computer, tablet, for work purposes, or just browsing? 93% said yes. 5% said sometimes, and one person said no. So yeah, that's pretty useful right there. But that's just the way life is right now. I mean, everything's on a computer, so who knows? How would you describe your home environment? Don't mind it. I like it. Messy. clean, not comfortable, depressing almost. If you had to guess, what do you think triggered your or triggers your brain fog? So this is a good one right here. You got light sleep, being in a relationship with a person who gaslighted me, which ramped up my anxiety to unimaginable levels, coupled with exam stress, autism, my diet, as well as an underlying inflammatory condition. This is probably closest to me. Matter of fact, I might have wrote this. I'm not sure. Um, Stress, computer use, restless sleep, social isolation, stress. Porn, eating like shit, being on the computer, not using my brain, not being happy, not being social. Yeah, so I'm gonna scroll through this and just let you read if you want to read it. It's a good one. Overuse of oxycodone and excessive alcohol use, depression, and or anxiety, or anabolic steroids. Obviously, bro, if you're coming off of that, you're gonna have some symptoms. I'm seeing a couple things about your gut. So you want to make sure you keep your gut healthy. Nicotine, stress, carbs, birth, mysterious illness. It just comes when I'm lying down and not thinking of anything. That's strange. Neurological disease or anxiety. Copper overload. That's a strange one. Fapping. Energy drink, less water, caffeine, sweets, carbs. So nothing really. The only thing that caught my eye a couple times was gut. Your gut health. I think there was maybe two or three of those. Everything else just about different almost. Um, what are your methods, if any, to relieve your brain fog symptoms temporarily? So we got a couple different answers here. I'm gonna scroll through them real slow. That way you could read them. Creating things, composing music, writing, cooking, tidying up, active processes. Chewing gum, deep belly breathing, laughing, feeling good. Intense exercise, that seemed to help me a bit, but I quit doing it. Exercise. Neck stretching, posture. Those are good ones. Aspirin used to help last year, but it discontinued taking. But I discontinued taking due to me deferring my exams. I started testosterone replacement 4 months ago because I found and there has been an improvement for sure. I'm not sure what that means right there. I'll have to do some research with that. It must mean low testosterone. Write or draw what I'm trying to explain to somebody. Exercise, caffeine. That does help me sometimes. If I drink an energy drink at the right time, it'll help me. Amphetamines, exercise. Don't think about it. Caffeine or scare tactics. That's a good one. The Adderall helps a little, specifically when I'm conversing with others. Brisk exercise. Leave the house. Pulling the trigger. Oh my God. So yeah, there's a couple different things in there. But yeah, that's pretty much it on this survey. It's a pretty long one. It took me a bit to put together and actually get, responses. But yeah, maybe this helped you a little bit. Maybe it didn't. If it did, leave a comment, leave a like, uh, leave a comment of what you think is causing your brain fog and what helps you. That way other people can see it. I would definitely be interested in seeing that for sure. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode, or not episode, but this video. Like I said, I'm just doing random stuff at this point just because, I honestly, I really don't know. But this is good information that I haven't shared with anybody that maybe somebody can use. So I wanted to put it out there. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.